I ain't fucking with you.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of Grown Talk with Goddess. How's everybody doing? Hopefully keeping safe and everything else. It's been a crazy week for me. I want to again thank Mr. Tony J. Williams for coming all the way here from Georgia last week to be my guest on the show.
Facts.
I'm like Roland Dolo, and I'm getting used to it on this side. I mean, I've always never had a guest, but
Right.
I'm looking into, maybe trying to get,
I
more
did,
people
but
to-
you was acting funny, so I stopped getting them for you.
No, I don't mind anybody.
All right, I'll get you some people. No worries.
I absolutely don't mind anybody. It's fun. And you know what? I see it's not for everybody. Like you'll have one that's 100% into it, and you got to think, like, this is something that off the top of your head has got to come to you every single time you do this. And on some days, I know exactly what the hell I'm coming in here to say. I know exactly what the hell I'm coming in here to do. But, on most days, I have no idea. So, most of the time we going off the topic. Yo, I got my car.
How does it feel? How does it feel
Yeah.
to be riding in that beautiful thing right there you got?
Yo, listen, I feel like
No, hold on. Why you ain't ride the minivan?
here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm talking to you. You saw what I rode. I drove the new car. The old car.
Exactly. Listen, I pulled up last week in my busted down minivan, and True had just pulled up in his brand new car. I guess this is new car time.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's a great feeling.
Listen.
So what have you? I mean, I understand like this is a minivan. This is a luxury vehicle. Like, does it feel you yourself? Does it like boost your confidence? Or?
Listen, I used to have an Escalade. I had a 2002 Escalade in 2008.
Okay.
Had TVs in it. I owned property, and once me and my baby father sold our condo, he did what he did with his portion and with mine. I bought a Cadillac Escalade.
Okay.
And at that time, that was when 50 Cent was out, and
Riding on blades.
So I had to go get me an Escalade.
What's good, Craig?
And it was one of those type of things where, like, I was a big girl, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to be hopping out of this truck, and it's gonna catch mad attention, and that's what it did. But I was in a whole relationship then.
Well, that's a good thing, though.
And now I'm driving down the street, and I'm getting the eye from just a little bit of anybody and everybody, and it feels so good to hop out of that shit. And my little jiggle come along with it, and it did boost my confidence.
Okay.
Like in the past couple of weeks, I've done hair, I've done eyebrows, I've done nails. Like I'm trying to pick myself up. I'm trying to,
Reestablish yourself.
I'm trying to.
We don't try, we do.
Yes.
But no, that's a great thing. Congratulations first.
Thank you.
I just want people to understand that even with myself going down, like God has said last week, and I went and got my new whip.
Okay,
And it's not the whip
congratulations to
I
you.
originally wanted. Thank you, but it's what I just went it on, and I'm going back to get my dream. So I don't think it's not going to be there, but I couldn't find the right one, so I grabbed that because I only had one day to grab something to come back.
That's it. It's nice.
But it
it's
is
sexy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Shoot.
It is. I pulled up on my son. My son took a step back. He's like, "Yo, I like this."
Yeah.
So,
It's
no,
absolutely sexy.
I like it. I truly, truly do. But I want people to understand that, put the time and effort and the hard work in, and it will happen for you.
Yeah.
Don't think it's gonna happen overnight. Then again, it might happen overnight because everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
But don't get down on yourself. Keep rocking out, and you will.
Yeah.
You definitely will.
Yeah.
You let Crip drive it?
No, hell no.
Why not?
I don't even know how Anthony let Crip drive his car. My
It was in
son's
the parking
car.
lot.
Yeah, but that car is a ticking time bomb. Like,
So why don't you give the minivan to Crip?
she don't want that.
Huh? I know she got cash. All right. So you let her learn how to drive with that. So when she does just figure out how to actually drive, when she get her whip, because she can pay for it herself, which is a wonderful thing at that age. Shout out to Crip. She'll know how to handle it.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
would want her to learn that way. So when she finally get it, oh, nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She wants a car. Surprisingly, she learned kind of how to drive in Anthony's SUV, and I've always been like a big truck woman, SUV. But she wants a car. She wants a low to the ground car, and
Oh, she's yelling. What up, Tone?
Hey Tony.
She get her a nice little, nice little coupe. You know what I mean? Something nice, stylish. Ain't nothing too expensive.
Yeah.
To let her build that money up or whatever. But
Yeah.
let her learn.
She gonna get something.
Yeah, let her learn with the the old Betty.
Okay.
And if she can handle something that big, when she gets something small,
Yeah, she'll be fine.
she'll be
with it.
leaning back and stuff.
All right.
What up, Prodigy?
Hey, Prodigy, what's going on? But the new car is nice, and
I didn't get into it. Yeah, I saw when you over. I was like, we late. I said after the show, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take it for a spin. I'm gonna take yours for the week. You gonna take mine for the week. Now that one ain't really got too many kids. But
listen.
well, Mr. So you know what's crazy? Because you having a large family
Yeah,
and needing something, and then not liking minivans, and then I forgot who I was talking to, and I was like, just how life and situations work, and if you're religious, you could say God
Yeah.
works to where a couple of days earlier you went to a dealership, you tried to purchase something, and the guy was haggling you over a couple of $100.
yeah. Wow.
And I remember everything.
I see.
And
I like that.
you waited, you stuck by your guns,
Mm-hmm.
and you got something better for cheaper.
Yeah. Yes. I won. It was definitely a good thing. It was definitely a good
Facts.
thing. I took her and I got her washed and got my little.
I'm mad as hell.
chrome
I went and
wheels.
washed mine myself,
Uh-huh.
and then it rained. I was
I
like, what?
did the same thing. I was just
Like,
about to say
what?
I went and took the car and got it washed
What?
on Thursday.
Right.
And then it rained Friday.
Yeah.
So we had one nice day, but she still looks good out there. She's
Yeah.
champagne.
I'm gonna take her for probably one day in a week, Wednesday, because I want my son to be there. Because like next year, he'll have his learner's permit, and I want to get that to him.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that to him.
Okay.
So I want him every once a week. I already told him we're gonna go take it to the car wash in Hackensack. And we're
Yeah.
gonna wash it ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want
Okay.
him to get used to that, to taking care of it and cleaning it. So when it's his, he'll know
Yeah.
how to maintain it.
Absolutely.
And he'll be good.
Absolutely. I cannot have my Escalade looking like my minivan. I've already told my kids no Cheez-Its, no Fruit Loops, nothing.
Well, I mean, it's.
I found
you
everything in
you
there.
have young kids, so
Oh my
it's
God.
to say don't. It's crazy. Sometimes you got to keep kids quiet,
Oh
but it's
my
just a matter of, like I said, once a week or every other day or every third, fourth day. Because you have a lot more people in your vehicle than me.
Mm-hmm.
Take it to car wash and let the kids wash it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get
Yeah.
all your beautiful kids in there and leave the babies. You know what I mean? Then the baby can chill while everybody else clean, especially Crip because she want a vehicle.
Yeah.
She needs to learn how to understandable
Maintain it.
maintain.
Yeah.
It's not just drive it. You got to make
Right.
sure that especially now. I'll tell you too, especially now because it's summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Especially tomorrow, people be careful in the tri-state area tomorrow. It's gonna be like 100 degrees, literally.
Damn.
So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your car has antifreeze. And this is, if your car has antifreeze, you're good. Because if it doesn't, if people cranking them ACs, next thing you know, your water pump go and it's
Yeah.
cost you a couple $100.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
make sure your car has the antifreeze to handle you guys keeping your AC on the entire time you're in the car.
Listen, I haven't even I put my AC on it to check to make sure that it worked and it got cold. I haven't even put it on the gas and the Escalade.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got a sunroof. We drive with the windows open. I'm not doing it. I filled it up one time. I was like, whoa.
That's like a $60, $70 tank. Yo, remember I went from
And you can't put regular gas.
I went
It got to
from
go mid and up.
Nah, well, me, because my, I mean, it's not old, but it's, I always, even with my old 1997, I always put premium in all my cars. Because it's an older
Yeah.
vehicle, it performs better.
Yep.
So always do premium. Imagine not having a vehicle.
Right.
The amount of money you would have to pay, because my tire blew one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize it until I came out for work, and I can't be late for work. So I had to take Uber. It was $13 each way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, could you imagine doing that shit every single day?
Listen, I was doing it every day. Remember, I was going to work every day up in Montclair before I got the minivan, and that's
Send
what
it to
made
me, Tone. I got you. I'll text you my email. You send it to me. We'll get that started. But yeah, you just take care of it. It'll
Yeah,
take care of you. And your thing is practically brand new off the dealership because, like I said, it was owned by someone that really didn't drive it.
Right.
So it's in mint condition. It's just a year or two old, but it's in mint condition. So what?
No, it's older. It's older. My
No,
car.
what I'm saying is it's
Oh,
compared wise, like
Oh, yeah.
to have only that amount of miles on there. Because on the average, you're supposed to average 12,000 miles per year is what they figure you should be driving. And the amount of years that car is, it's only like 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
Because of the amount.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
yeah, we did good.
Yeah.
Doctor is cool. But all right, y'all. So again, welcome. We got like into this.
It's a
talk.
good thing, yo.
It
You
is.
should feel great about yourself.
I feel so good.
I always tell people every time you get paid, I don't care if you buy yourself a cup of coffee, you have to
Do
do something.
something.
You have to do something for yourself.
Do something. My daughters are like, Mom, we're going to go get our nails done. It's been 2 weeks. I'm like, damn, it's been 2 weeks already.
As long as they paying, we good. No, I'm just playing. You have to do something good for yourself.
Yeah.
And, and I tell people, and I told you, it wasn't until I started putting myself first that a lot of things started really like taking steps for me. And I will never not do it ever again.
See that? Oh, man. Listen, I'm going out tonight after we leave here. I'm going
Okay.
to the Chart House
Chart House.
up in Weehawken.
Okay. They have an outside spot, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What you gonna eat?
I want steak. Originally, we want to go to Peter Luger. We made a reservation for today.
Hold on, did she just talk about filling tanks up and you going to Peter Luger? Crazy.
Listen, the steak dinner for two is only $106.
That's not bad,
So-
especially for this.
Right, yeah, and it's huge. The only thing is like the potatoes and the vegetables and stuff is a little bit pricey.
I ain't
too.
sharing no motherfucking steak, but I tell
But
you,
it's huge.
I'll go fuck.
Oh my god.
I'm a porterhouse guy, so I want my porterhouse.
Yes.
You order whatever you want, stay out my
Just
plate.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
Chart-
that's great.
Chart
That's
House
great.
is more of a seafood place.
Right.
So I'm going to go get something seafoodish.
Okay, I was about to say don't order steak, but you getting seafood. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
I
seafood.
like if you want a steak, go to Steakhouse. You know what I mean? Don't go to a seafood spot wanting a steak.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So we gotta get into these topics so I can
Let's
get
go.
to my reservation. All right. So last week I don't know if me and Truth were talking about this like after the show was over or if this was something that we talked about and mentioned while we were on the show, and I wanted to see what people felt about it. This is one of those topics that Truth felt one way about, and I felt the opposite way about. But it seems like the majority of the people who answered, even the ones on his page where he shared it, also said the same thing that I did. So
Let's go.
topic discussion, topic chime in. What's more important for a healthy relationship? Good communication or good sex? Choose only one. Right off the bat, a lot of times when I come up with my topic questions, it's because, most of the time it's because I'm feeling a certain way.
Right. I mean, a lot of your topics are
Personal.
personal, and that's again, I always tell people, which makes your show the epic thing that it is because you share so much of your own personal life experiences in your show, where you have a lot of people that want other people to give them stuff, and they don't want to put their own stuff out there, but then they want to give advice. Like, you're an open book.
Yeah.
You've taken off your veil. Here I am, and no one can ever argue with your authenticity.
No. So I took it to Facebook like I do with all of my topic posts, and I wanted to see what everybody says.
Right. Wasn't Monday though, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All
I'm
good,
sorry.
all good.
Shout out to Eric Daniel Ash. Like I said, he's always the very first one to always comment on all my posts. It was only two, good communication or good sex. He said all three. So I'm assuming that he meant like,
Healthy relationship, good communication. Because if you didn't read it really hard, it looks like you're asking people healthy relationship, good communication, or good sex. If you look at it.
okay.
Because, some people, we don't go into details.
Yo, but he was the only one that missed that.
Okay.
So
I was trying to help you out, homie, but,
okay, but he said all three. Okay. Shout out to my aunt, Angeline Cooper.
What's up, auntie?
Hey, auntie. Auntie said for me, I'm only speaking for me. He got to be able to throw that D because I can talk to my damn self. So she agreed more with like your side of things.
I didn't say that.
You said sex is better than communication.
That's not what I said.
Yo, I'm not doing this with you. I know what you said.
That's not what I said.
You know what? Whatever, bad. I can't with you. Shout out to Myra G. Moncow. She said communication. Sex is great, but it can't resolve issues. Only open communication.
And that's an
can
adult that
resolve
said that.
issues.
She's an adult.
Absolutely.
She's an adult.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna jump kick you in your face as soon as this is over, Mr. Sex is better than communication.
I didn't never say that.
Shout out to Prodigy, who also agreed communication is key in a relationship. Otherwise, you're just chicken head fucking some guy. Damn.
Tell us
Like,
how
she
you
took
really
it to,
feel.
yeah, she took it there. Okay. Shout out to Shakima Burgess. She said good communication because communication helps us learn each other. Everything else should flow. Which, that right there is a comment from an adult. So I'm gonna hop into like how I feel, and then I'll read a couple of more to comments.
Let's go.
And then I want your opinion.
I will give it to you.
Okay. The reason why I feel like good communication is better than good sex is because if the communication is good, it'll lead automatically to the good sex and everything else that goes good in a relationship. To me. In order to be able to learn somebody, you have to be able to listen and understand. If
Okay.
you're not willing to listen and understand and then maybe try to compromise, it's just a waste. It's not a relationship or, anything of that nature.
Okay.
I would much rather intimacy anyway. And I'm very open about that. You know me,
Right,
I'm not a sexual person.
Right. Bullshit,
not.
but get.
It's not bullshit.
I ain't saying nothing.
It's I'm a savage. Look, I'm trying to get there. Except minus, I don't have the penis. It's crazy what what's the name did. I heard he shot her because she pulled out a penis.
I don't know.
Anyway, so but like I said, I think good communication is better. What do you think?
Yeah, me. Everything starts with communication. Me, I'm a Gemini. I'm mental. You have I think all signs are pretty much mental. There are a lot of things people can put up with when the communication is there or tolerate. We also have in our mind, like the young lady said, she would rather have physical attributes.
Yeah.
And I don't know her. I never met her, but I know she's single. No, really. And I think people fail to realize you're supposed to get your fun out of your system when you're young. You have to become an adult sooner or later, which is why some people go away to college to experience different things, different people, different individuals. And by the time you graduate college, you're 24, you're 25, depending on what you're going for, and you consider an adult, and now it's time to actually find someone. Mm-hmm. You're not just finding, fat ass, big boobs, titties, big ass dick, or whatever. You actually want someone you can actually communicate with. Because as long as you can communicate with that person and it becomes a mental thing, that sex would be good sex. Because I always tell you, just think about it. The most earth-shattering sex you've ever had, you'll never be with that person.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I mean, of all the people you had sex with, the best one you're not with. That's the best way I could put it. Because, most of people like that are like, men and women, this is what they all want to be about. Until they hit a certain age and it's too late for them to find anybody, then they got to be used for that fat ass or the titties or that dick. And they become, they have to date a sugar daddy or a cougar because that's all they're good for. But then again, it's all about someone rationing money out to you. You don't have your own money to talk about or to go about. So me personally, I think communication. Because if I could communicate with you, I could do anything with you.
Absolutely.
I could do anything with you. There's nothing I can't do with you because like you bring that side out of me.
Right. So
Craig says the best sex do come from people you have fun talking to. Yeah, it's just saying like you, and this is what I'm saying as far as the communication to open up, and we just think, and I always said, you have to sleep with a person 3 times to figure out if that's someone that you can actually have fun with. And the reason why I say that is a lot of times, Green Eye, what's up, Green Eye?
Hey, Kano.
It's been a while since, when you meet someone, that person's different than the last person you had sex with. Mm-hmm. So this person is new. That person may not react to the same things you did with the other person. So if I talk to you and I communicate what you find, what you like and what you don't like, like I remember with my son's moms, we didn't really discuss much, and the first time we had sex was horrifying. I was like, yo, this shit was trash. But we opened up, for real talk, we opened up more, and by the 3rd time, I'm good. I ain't going nowhere, you know what I mean? But we were both so nervous. We didn't know each other. You wanted to try to do your best, but you wasn't doing your best because you was overly trying. And it was so much that goes into it. Like I said, from women, like, it's a lot that men have to do about sex. We have to stay erect. We have to get erect. We have to make you feel wanted. We have to look at you. There's so much pressure on a man when it comes to women, and all y'all gotta do is just turn around and hunch your ass up in the air and get pounded out. So,
yo, you know what? That's a woman who just wants to have her ass up in the air getting pounded out.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, communication. You can definitely get good sex out of communication.
Yes. And if you're a pro, you can communicate while you're having sex.
See, you have to, like, say, like, if you're with someone forever, you're good. You know that person.
Yeah.
But then again, sometimes people do change. But at the end of the day, everybody's different. Like, these 2 young ladies, I can line 2 young ladies up. And, all right, so 2 young ladies that are similar in my life. It would be Siobhan and Christina. Very similar. Slim, mouthful up top, but you could set your car on their ass. And they got big hips, but they're skinny. Mm-hmm. But they got the hips and the ass to go with it. Mm-hmm. Both of them are different.
Okay.
So, but it's just like, you got the same build. You look similar, but, when it comes to actual, it's different.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to read a couple more of the comments. Shout out to John Gill. He said communication, and that was like the first meal.
Yeah, Tone agrees with me. He said we're under way more pressure.
John said communication. Shout out to Jaquan Lewis. He said communication. And that's my friend. Let me tell you something about him. Every single day, when I get up in the morning, like, I got a text message on my phone from him. His he's also from Brooklyn, but he's not living in Brooklyn. He's living in Manhattan right now.
Right.
And his family went through coronavirus. And it wasn't family he lived with, but he was very nervous. And during that time, because he knows that I'm in the field, he reached out to me with a lot of questions. He's a good dude. That's my friend. So shout out to him. He looked out for me. I don't know if he's watching. I know he has watched my show before. But shout out to him. He said communication, which I clearly see he's been trying to do with me a lot lately. And I'm sorry I haven't been reaching back out. I've been dealing with a lot of issues with my insecurity. Shout out to Martez Bender. He said communication, because if you tell them what you want and how you want it, you can get both.
Facts.
Yes, I like him. Been married for like 13 years. He's
an adult.
His wife is on a pedestal, and I like stuff like that.
Nice.
Shout out to Grizzy Graham, who was a Virgo and hopped directly in my inbox after I left this, because he is aware of the amount of children that I have, and he also knows that Virgo women are phenomenal in bed with other Virgos.
Okay.
Which is a known fact.
Okay.
Now that I think about it. We was talking about the sex earlier. You're not having sex with the person who gave you the best sex. He lives in Colorado somewhere.
Okay.
Shout out to Modesto Torado,
No, I feel you. Because, like, with
a.k.a. Mo.
with Geminis, Sagittarius are the best sexual compatibility.
Right.
So Michelle is a Sag. My son's mother's a Sag. My daughter's mother's a Sag.
My God.
So it's like,
So far, I just got D. He's a Virgo like me. I'd have to test someone else. Grizzy Graham, shout out to him. He says, I'm not dying with half-assed sexual person. Sex is very important. Communication and is second most important. And
that's a man who gonna cheat on his girl. But I feel
yo, he is gonna cheat on his girl. He hopped in my inbox directly wanting to cheat on his girl, and I'm like, yo, Virgos are loyal. We are some loyal people.
I mean, everyone's loyal as long as things are
Yeah,
working to
we're
a certain
loyal
extent.
To a fault. We're loyal
There's
to a
nothing wrong
fault.
with that.
And it's sad because we get taken advantage of because we're so goddamn loyal.
Understood.
But when he said that to me and I said that to him, like, what is you doing? You got a whole girlfriend. Get the fuck out my inbox.
They don't care. You already sure by saying that.
I don't need
that's all
nobody
they care
else,
about.
man. Fuck out of here. Shout out to Yolanda Fisher. She said good communication.
So the adults came out.
Shout out to Lord Robinson. He also said communication. Now he is one that's in a polygamous relationship with two women.
Well, that's all about communication.
I love that. 100%. You cannot have anything like that unless you're willing to communicate.
But
that requires
you gotta have communication, but no feelings. That's the only thing with that.
Nah, how can you not have feelings in a
That's the
polygamous
thing, 'cause
relationship? You gotta be able to have feelings for both of the people.
You're not in a relationship. Polygamy, they aren't in relationships.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a bunch of people openly having sex with other people.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yo, we
That
did
is-
a
that
show
is-
on this.
that is the
not what
definition
is.
of it.
No, that is not
It
the
is.
definition. Yo, there are people in polygamous relationships who are very much in love with both of the people that they are with, equally.
That's not
Treat them-
polygamous then. The true definition of that is being open and free to have sex with multiple partners. That's everyone. You just have three people that love having sex with each other. So they're not polygamous. That's different.
But if you're living together under one roof, paying
Make a
bills
difference.
together
It's
like
just
a
a
married
threesome
couple.
every night.
A threesome every night.
Yeah, that stands that polygamy stands for everyone having sex with other people, but still having sex with each other. That's what that is.
Yo.
You just have three people that understand each other and satisfy each other. That they don't need to go on, the outside to experience that.
Okay. All right. I think you're bugging, but okay. What you laughing at?
Blah blah you.
Shout out to Lauren Mitchell.
L.
L.
I'm gonna stab L for real. Forget.
What? She said communication.
Yeah, L. L looking for marriage. She ain't playing.
Me too.
Yeah, y'all can keep that shit.
Shout out to Tony.
So,
He
paragraph.
just commented. No, he said sex. Probably.
Paragraph.
No, he said sex.
He said sex?
Just sex. Says sex probably.
Okay.
Tony, please hop in on the comments and let us know why.
Well, you're not ready for a relationship.
I guess. Okay.
Like we talked about, because Tone's still young.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about those individuals, you're supposed to have your fun while you're young. Get that craziness out of your system. You didn't fuck 4 bitches in a day, and you didn't have threesomes. Y'all didn't, gang banged one chick and all kinds of other shit. Like, you got things out of your system, so now, hey, you graduated, you're in your 30s, whatever it is, you're an adult, you're late 20s, it's time for you to, like, all right, I have fun now. I want a home.
Listen, I don't know if for some there's ever an age limit to where that happens.
Well, most of the time it's like a lot of these superstars,
Yeah.
like they've never had a large of sex with a large amount of people, so then they have to do it now, so they keep paying for it. Like I was running through bitches broke, so like now, cause like I tell people, we should do a thing of that. What's I might do that tomorrow. I don't know, but the importance is it conversation or is it physical? What's more important? And like me, because I'm a great conversationist, I could talk a chick out of her drawers in a heartbeat.
You know what? I believe him too, y'all. I believe him. I really
that shit on super thick. Now you contemplating, damn, what was this nigga all my life? And then I nut.
You sound just like him too, y'all. Straight up. So off his page, thank you so much for everybody off of Truth's page who commented. Shout out to Tom Cleveland. He said good communication. He said good sex would just be a bonus.
See, here's the thing. You got to have good communication and good sex. You're not going to go through a relationship, because a healthy relationship, you got to have good sex. Now, there are communication levels. There are certain people that may not like certain things, or you may not be up to, fellas, to the last measurements, the last dude she was with. And this is where you have to implement different toys and stuff into the bedroom to get her used to your size and not the, the horse she was dealing with.
You know what? Or average person.
Well, no, I mean, here's the thing. If you dating a woman who's dating a nigga who's hung like a horse, all right, and then she comes to you, you're not going to hit the same walls. But like I said, if you give it time, it will readjust, because she having sex with that person on a regular basis. So her vagina is used to that.
Oh, my God.
So if you give it time, it'll go back to nice little size for you fellas who can't. And it is what it is, fellas. Don't get mad. And it will readjust to what you are.
Listen, a woman who practices Kegels and who has...
I mean, Kegels is about tightening your walls, but they ain't got a nigga hitting your uterus. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga hitting your uterus... real super deep. Ain't no Kegel's gonna help that.
I don't know what that feels like.
Okay, so what had happened? But at the I feel you. Real talk, I feel you. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like they're different things, and fellas, we're all different shapes and sizes. You have what you have. It is what it is. You know, don't be mad. Don't be upset. That person has that. That's on him. It is. Mm-hmm. You know, you got what you got. That's on you. Make the best of it.
Absolutely. Shout out to Joey Sinante. Sorry if I said it wrong.
Yeah, you did. Jack his name. What up, bro?
Hi, sorry. He said communication. He said I can get good sex from the Gumata. I don't know what Gumata is.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. You can get good sex from the Gumata. So that wasn't on the comments on that one. Round up everything. There's no possible way that one person is going to be able to fully understand or know who you are unless you're willing to communicate that way.
You got to open up. You're right.
I don't know about how real psychics are. Prodigy says that she's a psychic. I don't know. I've been asking her who I was supposed to end up with for all these years. She hasn't been able to tell me. I'm about to sue her for emotional distress. Thank you, Prodigy. Nobody is psychic but Prodigy. So other than that, there's no way that anybody would ever know anything unless you're willing to bring it to them. Now, I will say, not everybody is intuitive to everything. So that's the reason why signs are not good. Just be straight up and communicate, talk. That's the reason why it's not good to misconstrue or have any misconceptions. Just be straightforward about things. Communication is the key to not only a healthy relationship, but to life and how we're supposed to be able to get through, everything that's going on in life. So if you have an issue where the same things, keep recurrently happening to you in life, maybe it's got something to do with the lack of communication that you give and offer and everything else. So communication is key. All right, so I get an inbox message from one of my friends who wanted to remain anonymous, but he's like 100% deep into why things are the way they are. And then when he made me post this post, it didn't do well because I don't know if people understood it. So in my mind, I tried to be able to answer it before I posted it and word it so that way I could understand it. So I put it up just to see what anybody else thought about it. And I think I'm actually going to run this a whole nother week to see because he's in my inbox like nobody's going to be able to answer this question. Like only I have to answer. And
Let's
if
try. We're going to do it today.
If anybody comes close, he said then he'll reveal what he thinks. How can you tell if someone is truly genuine when it comes to sex or performing sexual acts or love? How do you know the difference between I love you and I just want to fuck you?
That's easy.
No, it's not easy, man.
Easy.
I don't know the difference between this shit. That's what the fuck my problem is now. I be feeling like I think I know. But then I'm not getting fucked either, so it's like I don't know what the hell it is. You have an answer to this question, True?
I will say this. The difference is, because you do have a lot of people, and I say this all the time, you have people that think they're in relationships, but they're the only one in it. Okay, you're...
Yo, you know, life's a prison when you're in love alone.
And the reason, sorry, I had to answer that text. This is why I say this. We're gonna tear this shit. We're gonna tear each letter, each word down.
Okay.
What is a relationship?
A relationship is a come together between two people who have been able to communicate to a mutual understanding of one another and share that, which then leads to trust and everything.
Okay,
else.
so
a bond.
Relationships are a relationship has its own definition.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking has its own definition.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to be in a relationship, once a relationship, that is those people being committed to that. Like I said, there's those three individuals who are committed to each other. So no matter how many individuals are included into it, those are people that are committed to each other and nobody outside of this relationship.
Right.
All right? Mm-hmm. So that means I actually care about you. I want to know how your day was. I want you to know how my day was. We are communicating. So that is a healthy relationship where we're doing things, we're dating, we're having fun, we care about each other. And fucking is, okay, when do you get off? When do you have free time? It's blunt. And you have a lot of people who think just because you're fucking, you're in a relationship, and it's the furthest from the truth.
Absolutely.
If we're not doing relationship things, we are not in a relationship.
Okay.
But go ahead.
What are relationship things?
Okay,
Give
again,
examples to the people in the back who might not know.
right. Shots to you, homie. You know it. All right, so again, a relationship is the committed people in it. All right, everybody knows that you are with me. We're going out together. I claim you. I introduce you.
Excuse me. Who is everybody?
Everybody that's in our circle.
Oh.
So, like, when me and Michelle first started dating, everybody in the circle knew Michelle was my girl. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not I wasn't a picture poster. I've never have been. I'm getting better. But at the end of the day, everybody who was in our circle or that met us at that time through the radio station knew that who she was. Mm-hmm. So everyone knew. Mm-hmm. Now, if we're out and about and I'm not introduced you as that, so if I'm like, hey, this is my bag of sunflower seeds, it's low sodium. I put a claim to it. Mm-hmm. All right. So if I'm like, hey, that's Samson, and I don't say that's my girlfriend, that's my fiance, that's my wife. Mm-hmm. I just say that's Samson. So I'm not claiming you. Mm-hmm. Now, just because you want it to be a relationship, don't mean it is a relationship. Mm-hmm. So again, if that person is not introducing you to the immediate circle as my mate, then you are not in a relationship.
Right. Okay. All right. So we're gonna read some of the comments that I got on this post.
Let's go.
Shout out to Anthony P. Thompson. He said you can't. Did you answer this though? I interrupted you.
Oh no, you like I said, the difference between being in a relationship, being in love, and fucking is again, it goes. All right, so the simplest way I can put it, the person shows you respect after they nut or orgasm or in public. Just because a motherfucker took you to dinner before he fucked you, don't mean he care about you or he want to be about you. Men understand these day and age we gotta pay for pussy. So at the end of the day, we understand that. But again, it's I want to do things other than just have sex with you. So that's the difference between this right here, people. I want to do things with you other than just take our clothes off. I want to go to the museum. I want to go to the movies. I want to go bowling. I want to do all these other things with you. Now, if I only want to come through after a certain time and nut and then go about my business, it's not a relationship. But then
Right.
again, because people feel that, wow, this sex is so good, I want to hold on to it, that the only way I can hold on to it is by claiming it.
Okay.
So again, one-sided relationships.
Yes. Shout out to Whitney Rodriguez. She says, my goal is to figure out if they're genuine before we sleep together. I'm not trying to up my number and exchange energy with a dub. Yes, basically. She's at my age. Due to medical conditions, she can't have children, but she wants them so bad. I feel bad.
Well, I mean, she can. You know, I don't. Does she create eggs or anything?
We suffer from the same thing, except it did a reverse for her than it did for me. We both suffer from an autoimmune disorder.
Right.
but
So
with
what I
hers-
would tell this lady, this is where the definition for you is way more greater. Because just because a woman gives birth to a child doesn't mean she's a mother.
Right,
It's the same thing with a father.
right,
Right.
right.
There are so many children out here that would love or can appreciate and take your love, hold it tight to their hearts. There are other ways for you to become a mother.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be blood.
Right.
Does not have to be blood related, because I tell people all the time, all right, family isn't blood. It isn't blood. It's the fact that I know push comes to shove, when shit hit the fan, you're going to be there for me. That's family.
That's right. Listen, I would always love to help out in situations like that, but I'm at the point where my tubes are tied, so I can't do that anymore. But you know, I would have.
Because I was saying, if, I don't know what her financial situation is, but if she still produces eggs, she can always put that egg in another woman. So like I said, but that's just expensive. But, you know, you could always adopt.
Of course.
And,
Of
you know,
course.
depending on, you know, how young you want the child. And, you know, you could go on Facebook and Google it, or look at YouTube. And there's so many, I remember seeing on Facebook 2 weeks ago, a guy who wrote a letter to his stepfather, asking his stepfather to adopt him.
Yeah. I saw
Yeah,
that.
it was great because, you know, he obviously he was born when his mother met the guy. Then they had kids of their own.
Yeah.
And, you know, he asked the guy to officially adopt them because he wanted, you know, to him be officially his dad. And again, you know, you have a lot of people out here who are birth mothers and fathers, and the kids could give two shits about them. So, you know, don't look at it that way, young lady. There are way more other ways for you to step up.
Absolutely. Aw. All right. So, from this whole thing, I guess I'm kind of in this whole situation, which is weird because it was almost like he was trying to take a stab at me. Because this particular guy is another one who'll be watching. You know, he be in my inbox, why you don't give me a chance? Da-da-da-da-da. Yo, I swear to God, I'm about to just say, you know what, fuck it.
That's on you. Knock yourself out.
Fuck it. So this is what I got from it. It's confusing as hell to be able to tell when someone is being genuine. I still have an issue with this now. My man tells me he loves me all the time. I don't feel it. So therefore, and he swears it's true. He swears it's true.
You just answered your own question, though.
That's why I made it.
You
that's
said
why
you don't
I don't feel it.
Right.
Right. So, but he swears he's being genuine. What do you do in a situation like that?
I mean, yeah. To me, it's easy. And I've told you this many times, and we talk to other people. And people love things that you do for them doesn't mean that they're in love with you or that they care about you. They want to keep getting the things that they want out of it. And it sounds like in your situation, it's financial. So I want you to continue to pay my bills. I want you to continue this, and I want you to continue that. So in order for it to keep it, I got to keep you on the hook. But again, you shouldn't have to ask someone to care about you. If I have to ask you for it, then, it really doesn't.
I'm so sad on the inside.
Not sad.
I'm so sad.
Can't be.
Everything is just going so wrong right now for me.
Well, it's sad the way you're looking at it, because we talked about the vehicle, things are going right. You just have to take the same focus you do in business and work and transfer that over into your relationship life.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know him. I don't have any ill will towards him. I met him once. He seemed like a pretty cool dude. But at the end of the day, if me and you are in a relationship, we're going to do relationship things.
I don't know.
And if we're not in a relationship, then we're not in a relationship. Because this is what I tell people all the time. If you break up with someone and that person calls you and asks you for money or something like that, you're a fool if you give it to them.
All right.
And the reason why I say that is part of a relationship. Remember, we're not in a relationship, so we're not going to do relationship things. And it's like I tell my son all the time, if you meet a girl and she immediately starts going through issues and problems, tell her to call you when she solves them.
Yeah.
Tell her to call you when she solves them. Because no man should ever take care, or woman should ever take care of a grown motherfucker that's not their child.
I agree. How do you know the difference between I love you and I just want to fuck you?
That's easy.
For some it's not as evident as it is with others.
Here's the thing. We're our own.
Men are confusing. Like, you guys will make love to us.
Straight up. I don't make love. I fuck. But at the end of the day, it's so fucking simple. It's simple. All right? Like, we get so bad that we start lying to ourselves. We're our worst enemy. We are. Because there are things that we want from specific people, and those just aren't the people who are going to give it to us. But we want you to give it to us. Oh, well, let me buy you dinner. No, I don't want you to buy me dinner. I want that person to buy me dinner. But that person wants to do the same thing that you want that person to do, but you're being pig-headed. So we lie to ourselves, and we create false memories, and that person can shit on us 99 days out of 100, and all we'll ever think about is that one day they didn't shit on us. Like that other 99 didn't happen, it didn't exist. So I always tell people, at the end of the day, we are afraid to be happy. Because there's so much misery around us and we haven't experienced it, that when we actually get it, we sabotage it because we're not used to having it.
Right. It's so sad. I mean, you know what? Maybe that's what I am doing. Maybe that's what. I'm just saying. Maybe
just maybe. If the only time you call me is when you need money.
You know what?
Get the fuck out of here.
Tony just commented. He said it's a psychological and mental thing. You have to want to love and to do things for that person without being asked or pushed into doing things. Sex can be addictive in many ways, but when you really love someone and it doesn't work out, it hurts way more than bad sex. Your heart is really in it when you're in love. Sex is just that.
I agree with him. Again, it's we want what we want, people. And we get attracted to someone for whatever reasons. and we want that person and that person only, to give us what we want, instead of realizing that that person doesn't want to give us what we want, and we move on. We find we keep happiness from ourselves every single fucking day, all day long. It's just what we be, especially if you're raised to not respect or love yourself, and that's the way I was raised. And it took a long time for me to say enough is enough, and that's why I am as hard as I am. And that's why I could truly give two shits. You crying and
That's so sad because, okay, more than anything else in this world, because I have the kids and because I'm gonna be 40 next year. Not this year, guys. Next year, I want to settle down and I want to be able to set a good example for my daughters.
all right. So, Crip already explained it to you. Settling isn't showing the daughters, showing them the fact that this man has to meet my standards is going to make the man that these young ladies meet their same standards instead of constantly settling. This is what you're teaching your daughters, and it's no disrespect,
No, well,
but you're teaching your kids settling. And I mean, the prime example is, and like I say, your son cool as hell. You know what I mean? They can owe me money for getting in that job, but at the end of the day, look at the relationship issues he's going through.
I'm going to go meet his girlfriend.
Nice, but prior to that and all the
Yeah.
other shit he had to deal with.
Yeah.
So, but then look,
Almost fucked him up, yeah.
right? But look what you
Yes.
with the pattern you started, and Crips right behind him.
I,
So you know what I mean? You gotta.
I keep telling Anthony, like, I want somebody to get married. I don't think it's gonna be me.
I don't know. I just want motherfuckers to be happy.
I'm
That
at
piece
that
of
point.
paper don't mean anything.
But I want my day, and I think I deserve it from some fucking body. I've been through a lot.
Well, put the time and effort to find the right motherfucker.
I'm trying to.
You know
They're
you're
all
not.
corny. They're all corny. I don't know what else to do.
Go other places, different situations.
I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do.
Wherever you're going, go to the complete opposite.
So
and
then
you'll find it.
I need to pull up in church or maybe jail.
There you go. Well, you've been kept fucking with niggas from the whole jail situation, so just go to church or something.
Maybe I'll go to church, but I'm gonna feel very awkward sitting in there. Like my whole body's just gonna catch on fire for having all of these premarital sex kids.
Hey, the preacher got 20 kids. He just ain't claiming all of them.
And the whole thing about putting money in the offering plate at church 7 times, just, it doesn't appease me. My wigs cost money. I don't have church money for tithe or whatever the fuck it's called. So
Craig said, "Make them wait." I don't know about that wait. I mean, I guess as far before you open yourself up to someone. I guess physically he's saying, but again, at the end of the day, again, what I tell people is truly take the time to focus on yourself, get to learn yourself, what you like, what you truly like, what you truly don't like, and then go out there and find that person that meet those qualifications. But you also got to understand, once you enter a relationship with someone, me turns into we. So any and everything I do has to be for the relationship.
Not everybody understands that. I get it. And this goes into what we were talking about last week with what's the name's wife getting a good amount of money. When you're married, it does become, and you guys talked about that on
Right.
the Man Show as well. When you're in a marriage or in a relationship, everything is supposed to be split right down the middle, and I'm a firm believer of that.
I mean, I hate that word split down the middle. I heard that word 50-50. I just think, again, I need you to be strong in the places I'm weak and vice versa. Okay. So if I'm a type of person that I like to cook, I'm not a big cleaner. I'm not saying the house is filthy or anything like that, but I'm not that spick and span type of person. So I would have to find someone that, hey, you don't mind cleaning, I'll cook, we can do that. So again, you just have to find a person that's strong in the places that you're weak, and that brings that puzzle together. So that means, again, like if you're working, I'm working, but I'm supporting both of us, something's fucking wrong. Something's wrong, hands down. But again, it has to be, this has to be the relationships progress in situations like this. Like I always tell people, unless you two are making the same amount of money, if he or she is making less than you can't expect them to pay half of the bills. It's impossible.
Right.
So you cover one thing and be like, all right, well, I get the rent, you get the utilities.
As long as they're both doing something,
Right,
in order to be able to.
I got the mortgage, I got the rent, you get the utilities, you get the phone bill, and you get the cable bill, and we're good.
We're building, we're working together. If it's like this and like this, then it's just not going to work at all. And it's been proven. It's so cool because I got glow-in-the-dark nail polish because I wanted to see what they would look like wrapped around in the dark.
Right.
And I haven't been able to accomplish that. But I see them shining off of the bright light here.
Right.
They're glowing in the
So
dark.
what you do when you get home tonight, wrap them around your calves, and you can see your nails
You know what?
light up in the dark.
I have such a wiener life, guys. I'm so sad. I want so much more, and I can give so much more, and I have so much inside of me. It's just so.
Well, when you meet the right person, you release that. What you do is you beat your own self down when you keep trying to force, and eventually you're going to become one of those bitter ass women.
I think I'm there.
I could personally say I don't think you're there yet.
Oh, good.
But
good,
I think
good.
if you continue down this path, there's going to be something in you that breaks. So I would say now would be the best time to reevaluate, restart everything. Everybody, I don't care if you have to change your number, or whatever situation may be, and then start from ground one, start from zero, go out, actually try to meet people at the library, the mall, just like a true conversation. And the moment they give you that inkling that it's similar to the past, and you're like, listen, I apologize, but this isn't for me.
I'm just too lazy to go through all that bullshit again.
You don't want to be happy. I don't hear shit.
I do want to be happy. I don't have time for this shit. Why the fuck
can't say I want to be happy?
Straighten out.
You can't say I want to be happy then use the word but. It destroyed the whole thing.
Okay, no. Okay, I want to be happy, but it would be okay.
Exactly.
It would be so much easier towards my happiness if the ones that are in my circle just change their ways and make me happy.
How's that worked out for you so far?
It hasn't. And
Exactly.
it's probably not going to.
Probably.
It's not going to. I've come to terms.
We'll wait and see.
God is good. No. So on this topic, it didn't get as many comments as I wanted it to get. And I think I'm gonna run this again.
Just reword it.
Yeah, I reworded it a little differently, but just real quick. On my way here, I was talking to Henry, who is the father of my kids, and the one that Tony mentioned last week when he made a comment, which stung many ears. But I guess it needed to be seen from another perspective.
All right, put out there what he said.
Tony said during my interview live that Henry is who I should be with right now.
Okay.
He was very blatant. And the only reason why he said on the show, and I listened to it and I watched it a couple of times, was because he respects me. Tony met him a couple of times while he was here. A lot of people are rubbed wrong by him. I've been dealing with him. Like, we have our kids. I've been dealing with him 11 years. He knows me. I know him. We're just not together. A lot of the issues that Delaney and I have, he swears that Henry is the reason behind them. Oh, I'm in a love triangle. I asked Henry today, I said, do you think we're in the love triangle? He said, man, fuck you. And fuck no, I don't want you. He said, my youngest child with you is 5. And that's exactly what the fuck Henry's supposed to say, because it's the truth. But there are a lot of things that, everybody misconstrues about Henry. And I wanted, Henry wanted to come on the show and kind of just sit with me and see what I do. I think it would be kind of dope. We'd be able to answer some questions.
Come on through.
So I'm working on it for next week. He said he wanted to get dope for the ladies, whatever. I got time for that shit.
Hey.
But anyway, guys, it's about that time. I'm on my way out for dinner. I'm so excited. I'm hungry. I drank this beer, and it's making me buzzed. One beer. But I've had a fucking crazy week. So it's a good thing that I was able to hold it up together enough to come and do this, like I do every week. Truth, thank you so much.
Always,
I appreciate you.
always.
Thank you to everybody who's viewing. Don't forget, if you haven't already, and it's okay if you haven't, but click and subscribe so that way you get notified that I'm on. Chat is always a good thing. It's how I know that you're there. And if you have my personal text message, you can always text me too.
They call Henry Seafood King.
Oh, Tony? Yes. I forgot to mention. The day Tony left, Henry was at the house because he had brought the kids back from Brooklyn that day, and Henry sent him with a to-go steamed seafood. Now that day he made like scallops, shrimp, lobster. Tony said he had never tasted lobster before, so Henry made him a whole lobster tail to take with them,
Nice.
with some shrimp, some potatoes, and sent him along the way. Sausage, like he steamed it all in like a steam pot. So Tony said everything was good, and I let Henry know that you liked everything. He does nice things like that every once in a while, but like I said, he rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and people who know us personally knows the reason why he should. But one of the best things about my relationship with Henry is that we've always been able to communicate, and we have our kids. We're not together. I've had 2 after him, but he's a good dude. So I want him to kind of come and tell his story because he's being made out to look like somebody he's not.
Come on through, homie.
All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's edition of Grown Talk with Goddess. I'm on my way to Chart House. I'll see you guys next week.